We are doing hydromorphone and Dexmed combined. I need hydromorphone 1 ml. Am I going to draw that up in a 1 ml syringe?
No.
The answer is no, because we're combining, right? So we're gonna grab our hydromorphone. We're gonna draw that up. We are done doing this. Please do not do that. This actually makes holes in the rubber more than what you realize and can make leaks. How I do it, whoops, is I literally stick it straight in and then I lift. No putting it on the rubber and then lifting and moving. Pull back way more than you need. Get rid of any bubbles that you possibly can. Nice heavy thorks, if you will. And then you're gonna go up to the 1, which is what I have, holding the plunger and then pulling out. If it's like this and there's any pressure, you're gonna get wastage. The DEA does account for wastage in a bottle, but we wanna try to not do as much of wastage as we can. This then goes on, as long as the hydromorphone, this goes in the box and in the box. We don't wanna leave anything on a table. During an emergency or when you're drawing up, I would like you to do this when I'm checking things. That way I know it's this and you didn't do this and then pick up this. This is yellow, it won't happen, but you know. Next drug is dexmedetomidine. Schedule none, should it be? Yes. Class, alpha-2 agonist. Side effect would be higher blood pressure and then it dumps the blood pressure. So trying to get blood pressure on these animals, sometimes a pulse ox, it's just not going to happen. We are going to draw up anything under 1/10 of an ml in an insulin syringe. An insulin syringe is 100 units per ml. If you have 100 units for 1 ml, and I need 0.09 mLs, how am I going to figure that out? We're going to cross multiply and then divide, which means I'm going to need
9 divided by 1, so, right?
multiply,
Right.
then divide.
Oh, okay.
So 100 times 0.09 is 9.
Right. And
How many zeros in 100?
2.
2. How many places you move in the decimal?
2.
2 spots. It's not quite the metric system, but it's very close of just moving decimals. Please look on your syringes for the units, because there are syringes out there that are U40s, which is the Vexilin syringes. And it will say clearly on every single syringe that it's a U100, which it says right there. Okay, so because non-medical people are running these syringes, the very first line on the syringe up here is indeed 0. When you look on this syringe, there isn't a 0. Well, there might be. Take a gander. There is a 0, but it's all the way to the top. Whereas this one, it looks like there's more space. So just be aware. The bigger lines are going to be your whole numbers. When I need a number, I'm going to count from the lowest, the lower or the bigger number, and count backwards, especially if these are half unit syringes, which these are not. So I need my Dexmed. I'm going to grab that out. Again, I am not doing any of this and putting it in. It is going straight in. I also do not use the middle. I go in a clock fashion. There's no vacuum on this, so I feel free to let go, and I'm going to pull out. I'm still going to pull out so that the liquid is in the bottom of the jar. Into the box, into the holder. I'm not a big fan of doing this and chasing things. I do hang on to it. I balance it against the meat of my hand and I put in. These needles can be bent and they can go through this cap, and it hurts like a you-know-what. So please be careful with these syringes. Tape goes on. Do I care if these aren't evenly matched? No, but try to get as much sticky covered as you can. One thing with Dexmed, which I don't have out, is dexmedetomidine and ketamine and the Tor bottle, which would be Torphenol. They all are a different version of blue and white. So please make sure you are actually looking, and that is why if we're in an emergency, Jenny's in there and I'm drawing up drugs for her, I am always doing this and showing her the bottle of what I'm drawing up.
They look so similar.
And I think every clinic probably does that. You just want to make sure. There have been times when I'm like, oh my God, I have handed them Dexmed instead of the antecedent. I can think of twice that I've done that. Just because you get so amped and pumped. Jenny caught it, bam, put it down and move on. It's been caught, move on. Lidocaine is our block. There is no schedule. There is the class, if you will, is block. It is marked in a 2% solution. I do not want to see 2% anywhere. Everything that we do is mgs per mil, so I want it mgs per mil. So it's on here as 20 mgs per mil. We are doing 3 mLs. Notice I have not switched any needles yet until now. Drop your lidocaine, make sure that it's lidocaine. Again, I'm going straight in. If you look at that, I am not directly in the middle. Do you see where all the holes are? Directly in the middle. That's going to create leaks. I do that for everything, even though this is not. Do you notice my fingers moving to pull back? I am not letting go. I'm not rearranging my fingers. Please figure life out so that you are not moving your fingers. Hanging onto plunger, pulling out, back in there, cap on. The anesthetist is not the person using this, so I want this primed and ready to go for the next person who is going to be the float. Notice I said the word prime. I want to be able to grab this off the table, hand it to Jenny in the float, and say, here you go. It needs to be ready to use. Today, this is going to be used in each testicle and this prescrotal incision area. A third, and a third, which makes it easy. 1 ml in one testicle, 1 ml in the other one, and 1 ml prescrotally, which is where our incision goes. Did anybody write down where the incision on a neuter goes is prescrotally? Not a single person wrote that down. When I ask next week, where is this incision going to be, we should be able to answer that question. This is a day of taking notes. Please take notes. Bless you.
Thank you.
When I'm drawing up my propofol, which is a schedule, none, should it be? Yes. Michael Jackson and his doctor wish it was. Am I right?
Yeah.
Class. What's the class? Anybody want to tell me?
It's a hypnotic.
It is a hypnotic. You will find everywhere else, not the word hypnotic, however, the VT&E wants hypnotic. Propofol is good for 28 days if you have Propofol 28. If you have regular Propofol, it is good for 24 hours?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's 24 hours.
Refrigerated and marked properly with the time. We obviously have 28 here. So the expiration date is not what's in this box. I will always write exp. And then go, Jenny, because I don't use my phone. I don't need it. I'm just saying it as an example. Once again, not in the middle. I'm off to the side. I'm pulling back way more than I need, and I need 7. We are going to give half over 30 seconds, and that is because one of the high side effects is if this is giving fast or as a bolus, it can lead to severe apnea. When you are giving me side effects of drugs in the future, when you're the anesthetist, I do not want to hear respiratory depression. Guess what? That is every anesthetic drug out there. This one's okay. It's not just respiratory distress, it is apnea. There is a difference. So when you're telling me a side effect of hydro, I don't want to hear respiratory distress. I want to hear something else. 7, I change needles, right? No, because this goes in an injection hub in your catheter, so there's no reason to be changing the needle. But you do want to make sure that it's ready prime to go, no bubbles. This goes, and if you can, the tape should always go at the bottom because we need to see where half is. If the bottom has, if this was a 12 ml fill, you just need to know where the half is. You can kind of see where you're going. You don't want to put it over where the halfway mark is. How many of these drugs am I logging?
1.
Which one? Which drug am I gonna log?
It is the
The one
Dex-
that's controlled, right?
Right, which one is that?
The hydromorphone.
So we're gonna grab the Schedule 2 book. That is the only Schedule 2 drug we have in this building. $17, $10, $15, $25. This is for turkey. We always write the word canine. We do not use the letter K in the number 9. When we check this, Jenny or I will. Oh, that's not what I needed. Jenny or I will check it, make sure everything is indeed correct. When you are filling these out, I will always want a leading 0 and a trailing 0. Because if I put 16, somebody can come in and put 16.9, and now now my numbers are off. Well, the DA is not going to be very happy about that if that continues to happen. Would somebody do that? Yes, because I've had it happen to me. Therefore, I always put a leading 0.
It's like one of those.
Now, this will sit out. I will put my drug away. The controlled substance is going to be put away. But the rest sit out because you never know when you might need a little bit more Dexmed if the animal's having a weird time waking up. You never know if, oh, something happened, we need more lidocaine. Oh, something might happen, Sarah didn't drop the right amount of propofol, or we're emptying a bottle or something like that. So we are going to put the hydro away. See me? The Torb and the Dexmed. They are all from the same company. These labels all look eerily familiar.
Yeah,
Torb is the only one that's always going to be in a brown bottle. It's the only descriptor there is of that. It's a little bit different blue, but in a hurry, you know, blue is blue. Blue is blue. Okay. You will hear me call our butorphanol Torb a lot because my first 15 years in the world of CBT ship, I used Torb, which is a Pfizer product. I think so. Next, we are going to go over, if I have a doctor in the building, I will pre-med. Doctor today is Dr. Sweet, not Dr. Brown. She's in some cruise somewhere. So we're going to go over a little bit more stuff. I will pre-med, wait 10-15 minutes, then we'll start with everything else, but we can start with some prep stuff.